Lift me from the ground.
Hey everyone, I threw this video together over the last few weeks because I had a little bit of free time between the end of my spring semester and before I head down to Houston for the summer. I really wanted to improve my video editing skills, so I've been working in Adobe Premiere Pro and Adobe After Effects to sort of throw this video together and sort of challenge myself, alongside acting as a wonderful way to sort of hold myself accountable to continue working within those programs. This has also acted as a great way to build sort of an amazing time capsule of my trip to Bergen last fall.
When you're around, lift me from the ground. I've been trying to come down on a high when you're around. Lift me from the ground.
The big yellow sign outside of Bergen International Airport asks a pretty good question. And I'm sort of ashamed to admit it, but my answer is that I chased a photo. So when I said I chased a photo, it's really that I was chasing the experience that I had seen in photos time after time after time again. And I don't think that I'm the only one. As you can see in this photo, we made it to Trolltunga. This is now the rest of the story. So I arrived in Copenhagen, Denmark about a month before my actual semester started. I did this because I was taking a pre-semester Danish language course. It actually turns out that that is now the lowest grade on my entire college transcript.
Titlen er fucking slemme. Vi må kæmpe for titlen. Der er folkets store lem. Moder Helle elsker alle. Titlen drenge, der kan knalde. Bolden ud til Titgens skue. Som Måns Hugos fede hoved. Vi er røde. Vi er gule. Det er godt. Vi skal pule. Vi er røde. Vi er gule.
One of the first days after class, we went to the harbor with a handful of my classmates, as seen in this photo up above. We went swimming in the harbor. Copenhagen actually has one of the cleanest large city harbors in the entire world. Then we sat out on the dead grass. I guess Copenhagen had a pretty hot and dry summer. Wasn't exactly representative of what it was like my entire stay there, but at least for the first few weeks it was fantastic weather. After swimming, I sat around, and you can see there's Norik, Katrina, Maddie, Ree, Taman, and Georgia. And we talked about sort of what our plans were for sort of, adventuring outside of Copenhagen and outside of Denmark during our stay in Europe. A lot of us this was the first time we'd ever been to Europe, so we sort of hoped to go and explore and see more different countries and cultures. Berlin was thrown out there. We ended up going to Berlin, and I suggested we go to Bergen and go do the Trolltunga hike near Oda. I had seen the photo time after time, and I really had sort of wanted to go, do that. I also knew that the fjords were going to be beautiful. To my recollection, Norik had also seen a photo like that, and he was pretty quickly on board. We had an evening flight out of Copenhagen on Thursday, September 13th. We got into our Airbnb in Bergen late at night, and on Friday morning, the 14th, we woke up and got to the airport and checked out our rental car and headed off to Oda.
Is anything the way it used to be? Dreamt we spoke, I dreamt we spoke again. When I awoke, I could not remember anything you said. Dreamt we spoke, I dreamt we spoke.
Oh no! So we're hiking up to try and find our Airbnb, and it's pouring with rain. And we're like on a highway, and my phone's fogging, and we're gonna hike Trolltunga tomorrow, and we can't even last 5 minutes walking to the freaking Airbnb.
So when Maddie was recording that last video, we were walking up towards what we thought was our Airbnb. We got there and we weren't able to get inside. We spent about 20 minutes trying to figure out how to get in, calling the host of the Airbnb, and ultimately we figured out that we were at the wrong place. We eventually did get to our Airbnb, but by the time we did, it was probably 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. A lot of our clothes were extremely wet, and we weren't in the best of spirits. You saw me in that video that was just over to my left. We also were hoping to get up at like 4 in the morning to make it to the Trolltunga, starting point, because we knew that it was going to be like a 10 to 12 hour hike, and we only had so many hours of sunlight. It definitely wasn't the high point of our trip, but in hindsight, it's sort of funny.
And you want all of it, but you ain't even got the guts to tell your friends. I want your lips in public, but we both know the road ain't ready for that guy.
The morning of the hike, we were up around 4:30, and we were on the road by 5. We made it to the trailhead at about 5:30, 5:35, and then we were off. As you watch and look at the photos and clips of our ascent, it's fun to remember that Norik was wearing a pair of just normal tennis shoes, a few layers of socks, and garbage bags.
In these bad boys.
Which probably wasn't the most adequate apparel for this journey.
with the snow. And the fog just cleared up, and we realised we've been right next to like this incredible view the whole time.
Almost finished, and it's absolutely pelting snow. I look like an ice queen.
Hello.
We're almost done.
It's sort of funny because I don't really know what I was more looking forward to, seeing Trolltunga or seeing the car once we got back down to the trailhead. It was a long hike on the way down, and we were all pretty excited to sit down in the car and get back to the cabin. It was raining all evening, and we had a really cozy night in. You know, we made a meal, the fire was going, and it was quite the environment.
Give it a swipe, give it a swipe.
Hey, so I ran up this thing. I'm up at the top. That's like the tourist lookout that you can pay to go up like the trolley. But I came from up there. You got that, stays on camera. But feels like Minneapolis. It's beautiful up here. I saw a huge slide on my way out here that I'm hoping to go back that way and see the slide because I want to go down it. I don't know, it's beautiful up here. All the Australians I'm with would hate it because it's sort of chilly, but I'm from Minnesota, so it's shorts and t-shirt weather. In order to wrap up my trip to Bergen, I must mention that I missed my flight home to Copenhagen. Norik and I were actually at our gate before the plane departed, but we got lost in conversation and we weren't paying the closest of attention. So the result was we had to sleep in the airport, and it cost about $80 to buy a ticket back to Copenhagen. Well, in conclusion, I want to thank you if you made it this far in the video. I had a lot of fun over the last 3 weeks throwing this together, improving my skills in the Adobe Creative Suite. I know that it's not the best video I've ever seen, but you know, nobody's first try is amazing. And I at least could see how I was getting better throughout the process of putting this all together. I want to thank everyone that helped me with this and everyone that went on the trip with me. I had a lot of fun, and I'm glad that I now have this video to memorialize the event. Thank you.